We have two objects done. Let's work on our third object. So again, let's go into the third layer. And now we got first thing what we're gonna do is to change these background images. So we are in the front, background images, front, and what we would like to change here, right, is the image. So in the references, let's do maybe white jack. So open the image and it looks like this. And again, you see that it's not perfectly aligned. So, so one day when you get ready to do your images, try to always align them perfectly. So that's one. And then if I go into the top here, and also let's change in the top view and change the image. That will be white jack top, right? And I think this one we have to move a little bit. So let's see, we can move it a little bit like this and a little bit like that, right? And then we should have, so we have front, and then we need a side. So let's say right, and then button add image. Let's scroll down and let's do the right. Let's open this one and let's find that image. Reference white side. And this one, as you can see, image is a little bit larger than because we didn't replace it with existing. So let's go to something like that and let's move it like up. And then let's center it. Something like that, because this part we would like to be centered. Very good. All right, so let's go. I believe we're gonna start with the top. So from here. And again, we're gonna start with a circle. So it's either Shift A or going here under Add. I'll do Shift A, and under the mesh we have the circle. And if I go into my side view, that's number 3. I can maybe move my image a little bit more like that. Yeah, something like that. All right, so I'm gonna scale it just a little bit, something like that. And I'm going into edit mode. I can either change it here or hit tab. Oh, actually we'll have to do it this way. And into the edit mode. Zoom in, shift, middle button to pan, and let's do E to extrude, Z to go into Z direction, and then scale like this. And I just noticed that I did something that I made mistake, and that is that I this one, so I will deselect, I'll hit B to select this ring, and I'll drag it down because later on I will need here vertices and here vertices to merge with this handle. So hit grab and just move them here and maybe scale them a little bit in. Something like that. All right, hit A to deselect, hit B to select the top row, and now we'll continue. E, Z, S to scale, E, Z, S to scale, E, Z, S to scale. All right, so we'll need to do here E, Z, S to scale, E, Z, going somewhere here. All right, and maybe something like that, I believe. All right, now we are on the top, so I'll change into the wireframe. like this. So E, Z going up to make a little bevel, S just a little bit to scale it in. And now we're gonna make that top edge. So E, click, S to scale in. All right, so we got this nice top. Very good. Now let's go inside. E, Z going down. E, Z coming here. E, Z coming here. And maybe scale a little bit. E, Z coming here. Scale. E, Z and scale. Scale. Alright, so let's make the bottom. So I will do E, Z a little bit, scale like inwards, and then E, click, scale, drag it inwards, and then go to the merge, merge at the center, and that made this bottom, right? So if I go into the solid, there is my bottom, right? Now we have to do the same thing with the bottom, the outside. So hit A to deselect, zoom in, hit B for box selection, and then let's do the same thing. So E, click, scale inwards, and let's do merge at the center, deselect. So if I do like this and change into the solid, okay, here is my little object. All right, now let's do the handle because that's the easiest thing, and also this is a good moment to do save as, and again I'll do save as the next step, so I can always go back to the good option. So here's the one. I hit the one so I can get into the front view, and I'll make a little circle. As you can see, my images are not perfectly aligned, but you know, for now, I'll just use it as the way they are. So I'll have my circle, and I'm gonna plan to merge, let's see, so it's my one, so this circle, this ring, and I will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertices. So when I make a circle, so Shift A, circle, before it's deselected, come here and click Shift and click on this number and type 6 and hit return, right? So now I can scale it. And position, I'm going to position it here because that's approximately where it should go. Then I'm going to scale just Z, S, Z, right? And I have it here. Now let's go and see how it looks on the side. So I can grab this handle and have it somewhere here. I can maybe SZ just a little bit. All right, and now we're gonna do a set of extrusion. So E to extrude, move, rotate, like this. E, come here, R, scale, E, rotate, scale, E, rotate, E, rotate, E, rotate, maybe scale a little bit, E. All right, so we now have to get back to this one. It has kind of curve here, so rotate, E, rotate, and scale. Something like this. So let's see if we rotate. That looks pretty good. I'm going to go to solid. And again, I'm going to use this option to just to limit what I see the geometry. So I cannot select by an accident behind vertices. So right click on the first vertices and then holding the shift the second one, right? And we're going to merge at last at the second. So it's going to merge nicely here. And again, click, shift click, merge at last. And again, click, shift click, merge at last. Click, right click, shift right click, merge at last. Right click, shift right click, merge at last. And there should be one more. This one and this one. And merge at last. Now we're gonna do the same thing here. So this one and this one, merge at last. Right, so now we have to find a way to come all the way down to this one. Let's deselect, and maybe I'll have to go to the wireframe. Oops, maybe not. And these dots, okay, I'm gonna undo. Just I need to find my inside dots. So or maybe we already merged them. Yeah, I guess I already merged all that. So so that's it. Hit A. That's what we have right now. It's a good moment for us to save. Very good. And now we have to play with this area. And what we're going to do, we will, here there is a proportional editing. And we're going to hit Enable. And what we're going to do, we're going to select the aspect ratio. So as we're pulling, we're not just pulling one vertices, but that reflects on surrounding vertices. So we're going to kind of carefully pull out. So I'm going to select, this time I'm going to select circle select, which is this kind of round selection. And if I use my wheel, I can kind of make this circle selection larger or small. So I'm going to take it something like this, and then I can grab and try. I'm gonna pay and then circle something like this. Okay, and then I can grab, and because I had this turn on my proportional edit, I have a circle of influence, and I'll make it like this. So now as I'm grabbing and I'm pulling this, right? You see how I'm pulling also this part. So I'm gonna deselect and then I'm gonna select again, this time making a little bit larger selection. Hit escape, hit grab, make larger influence like this, and now move like this, move a little bit up. So you're trying to model this. Then let's work on this one. Again, C, maybe a smaller one, escape, grab, something like this, and grab it up to here, all right? And A, and now let's rotate. Now I know from my top view that I can work a little bit more, and I can also scale. Oh, and by the way, I made a mistake because I didn't turn on when my solid this option. So I kind of didn't select all of them, but nevertheless, kind of still looks decent. So I'm going to select these one, the kind of, and escape and grab, something like this. Move this a little bit inside. All right. And then what I'm going to do, I will carefully select these kind of on the side options. So I'm going to turn again back just what I see. So carefully I will select a circle. I'm going to drag like this and hold the shift and circle this one's, this one. And then let's see if I made it this good selection. So if I scale and scale them just an X, if I can maybe just do a little bit like this, something like that. So as you can see, you're trying to a little bit to model and push the things around and model really like you have a piece of clay. So we have something like this. All right, so you can continue playing with this and go all to this shape and pull a little bit these points and so on. I'm gonna stop for now, but you should continue and work a little bit more. What I also would like to do is now add a modifier and do the subdivision surface just a little bit. And then if I'm happy how my images and everything else looks, I'll deselect. Then I'll hit 0. And as you can see, it's kind of large, so I'll make it a little bit smaller. And now let's bring the other one's object. So holding the shift, click all three, right? And now let's move our little guy here. And from the top view, I can rotate it just to make a nicer composition and go back to the 0. And I think it's a little bit still too large. Now let's check if all the objects are kind of sitting on on the floor and not floating in the air. So that's important option. All right. So if I try to do quick render, and by the way, all these images, the output right now, because we're just checking, they're going into a temporary folder. But later on, when we are ready for it to save our image, we will specify where we want to go our render and also the format. So for now, just a quick render just to check how things are going. So pretty good for now. The last thing what I would like to do is to add a little bit of color. And when that is done, I'm gonna maybe move the light and add the planes and finish my renderings.